What was your darkest days in comedy?
Oh, in comedy?
Mm-hmm.
Dang, man. We're talking just like, I'm trying to think. I had a show, a club I love, drove 2.5 hours each way, performed for 2 people, bombed the whole time. It's 2 people.
Yeah.
It was 2 old ladies, and they didn't want what I was bringing to the table. And then the 2.5 hours back,
Yeah. Oh.
I just did it in silence. Just driving the whole way. Actually, no. Even worse than that, I'd say. I drove up to Louisville for like a friend's vacation situation. I didn't mean that to rhyme.
I like it.
Yeah. And on my last night there, I hit a mic before the drive back, and I bombed that mic. And it was a 12-hour drive back from Louisville.
Oh, man.
And I did a lot of that drive in silence, soaking up that bomb.
All right, but like when there's only like 2 or 3 people, is that technically considered a bomb? I guess technically it is, but like, is it? Do you give yourself grace?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I definitely like put the handicap factor on the score.
Right.
I think you gotta at a certain point.
Yeah.
You gotta be like, this isn't gonna be a booming room. There's 2 little old ladies. But even taking that into consideration, I feel like I didn't do the best I could have done.
I think it's only a bomb only if like maybe like after you bomb, if like 2 or 3 comics come behind you and just destroy. That's only when it's a bomb. You know what I mean? Like that's like my gauge. It's like I was at the Commodore. Edit this part out and fucking Gina, fucking shouts out to Gina. I like that shit. She's doing the shit. And fucking I'm like maybe like 3rd to last. It's me, then this one guy from Winter Haven, then DC.
Oh hell yeah.
So yeah, I'm just like, I walk in there, and when we first walked in there, it was like a full house almost. It's like 30 people or something like that, 30 audience members. It's a nice improv show, like a mixture of everything. So but as the performers left, so did the audience, like one by one. It's like,
Everybody had friends, was that it?
I think so.
Yeah.
So by the time I got up, it was maybe about 4 people there. Mostly just like Gina and the bar staff and like 1 or 2 audience members or whatever.
Yeah.
And I got up there and I just tried to like force myself to do material. I usually do crowd work, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna force myself. And like, I got chuckles, and it was 2 people, but I got chuckles, and I was like, all right, maybe that's as good as it's gonna get. Yeah. So I go sit down. The one guy gets behind me, does all crowd work, just murders with 2 people and 3 bar staff. I was like, what the fuck?
Damn.
He gets off stage, DC1813 gets on stage, murders. I was like, oh, what the fuck? Like, my ego is just like, eh. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's like my gauge. Had those 2 guys like bombed after me, I'd have been like, fuck it. Well, all right. You know what I mean?
That was the one thing about our 2-person show for the little old ladies. I think there was 5 of us on the show. 4 of us bombed and 1 dude crushed. It was like, oh no, there was something that worked, and there wasn't any of us. It was.
But that's another thing, though. So do you feel like just because one person crushed, do you feel like maybe it's just his style, his or her style? You know what I mean?
Like he connected with them. They would probably enjoy him on a regular night. It was like, he was just the right thing in the right moment.
Was he like an older guy or?
Yeah.
See that? Yeah.
He did like old man trying to date jokes. Like, it was good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's cool. Hell yeah. So you feel like it's pretty much his style versus, because I do feel like their style is like, I can get up there and bomb, then you can come right behind me and kill, same crowd. And it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I know your style because I've been watching you and stuff like that. So your style is very unique, very, you know what I mean? Like, distinguished, I would say. You know what I mean? It's nice and it's in the pocket. And it's nothing like anything else I've ever seen. You know, you might have an influence of some sort from other comedians, right?
Yeah, there's a couple dudes.
Who you got?
Stephen Wright.
Stephen Wright?
He's number 1, yeah. He was the slower and quiet. Not slow like I do, but slow compared to, he was a Boston guy in the early 80s. So compared to all his contemporaries, He was the one like weird dude in the Boston scene. They were all loud, rowdy.
Yeah. So what's the 5-year outlook look for you as far as comedy?
I would like to 5 years from now be able to call myself a headliner.
Yeah. I see it. I'm calling it right now, Miles. You are. Headliner material, man. Like, nobody can deny you at this point. You know what I mean? Like, that's one good thing about you. Like, your style, your delivery, your jokes, nobody can deny you. You know what I mean? Like, so even if you ever feel like the crowd is not on your side, like, we know who you are. You know what I mean? Like, we know that you're a fucking beast in your own right. You know what I mean? So, you know, that'll be $500 for that compliment, you know what I mean?
I'm going to listen back to this clip. I'm going to have it saved on my phone. I'm going to pull it up. Smooth says, I'm a beast.
You are, man. Like, really, you are. You really are. You know what I mean? Like, and that's another thing, like, we're so competitive. Well, I try not to be, but comedy, I think just performance in general, like, you know what I mean? It's just very competitive. And so, like, it's hard to give each other, like, flowers, but it's like, I'm, like, the biggest supporter ever. Like, I'm the biggest fan of, like, comedy. So I would watch and support everybody and, like, just, you know, I just like to watch you guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I'm a big fan, too. I love watching the mics, as crazy as that sounds. I know some people despise it. I was even listening, you know, did you see that podcast in the group chat earlier? Chambly. It was the Tom Segura on the Dr. Huberman podcast. They were mainly shooting the shit, but they got into some nitty gritty about like the psychology of stand up, and you know, he was even saying at this point he doesn't watch comedy, Segura, which blows my mind.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, when you're at that level, maybe you don't want to influence yourself. You don't want to, all that stuff.
Right.
I can't imagine. I love it so much. I can't imagine getting to a point in my life where I don't want to watch comedy. I leave open mics and listen to comedy on the way home.
Really?
Yeah. That's like all I do.
So you're not afraid of like, maybe like, you know what I mean?
Accidentally stealing a joke? I don't think so.
No?
I don't know. I've had some that I have, like, retrospectively been like, ooh, I kind of got that idea from this guy. But even then, they weren't, like, really close ideas. But I definitely, like, oh, that's probably where I got the premise, at least, or the subject matter.
So did you, like, continue with that joke, or did you just let it go?
No, I've dropped them. And there's been ones that have just been too easy that I've dropped. They work. They're simple, but it's almost like, oh, it's so simple. Other people have also. I've heard other people do the same joke, essentially. Almost the exact wording. But it's also nice to be like, oh, I'm capable of finding those little nuggets.
Right.
Even if other people are too.
Yeah. Do you feel like, where do you rank yourself at? Like,
amongst who?
I know. Just like, say, like, I don't know, like, okay, do you see yourself in like 5 years or 10 years being on like comedies of Mount Rushmore? Is that a possibility? No?
Not in 5 or 10.
What do you think, 20?
I would hope to be. I would hope to have a good reputation in the comedy community in 20 years. You know, I was going to say on a national level, but at this point it almost feels like you might as well shoot global.
Yeah, you have to.
It's such a connected community.
Yes. Yeah, I was watching like some weird comedy in like Uganda. I was like, what the fuck?
Dude, yeah.
But they're like, they delivery, I don't know what they're saying, but delivery is just like crazy. I'm like, wow. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't know, it's just like, it's cool, like, comedy's influence is like that widespread, like you say, it's globally, you know what I mean? So that's pretty cool. We're just kind of just like, you know, like, I don't want to say it, but
Would you want to do international shows if the opportunity arose?
Actually, I would.
Yeah? I would love to. I want to get up to Canada, too.
Yeah? Would that be like the first spot for you if you had to pick? Yeah? Why Canada?
I mean, there's some good clubs there.
Yeah?
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of stage time in, like, Toronto. And there's good comedians. Like, really unique guys who come out of there. Norm Macdonald, Harland Williams.
All from Canada?
Yeah.
Oh.
I believe Steph Tolev. She's a newer, well, more new.
Yeah.
Those guys, but
I love Harlan Williams. He's funny as shit.
He's so good.
He did kind of like bomb on like the last Kill Tony
really?
episode I watched that he helped host, and it was like I think he was like trying to force it. You know, you ever tried to like force it and you end up becoming like somebody else that you didn't want to be? You know what I mean? On stage. Yeah.
That's kind of how I felt last night while I was bombing in Orlando. There was moments where I was thinking, that's not how I fucking say that.
So what got into you? What do you think? It's just like you just really wanted to like be one with the crowd, or is it just like you wanted to try something new, or?
No, I just couldn't find the rhythm. I couldn't settle in.
I like that. It's good.
Yeah.
Swag surfing on that thing. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's a black reference. Sorry.
Swag surfing? All right. I thought you just made it up right now.
Smooth grooving, baby.
You could blow my mind and just be dropping all sorts of cool things that I don't even know. I was like, yeah, smooth. That's smooth saying.
I should do that, actually. I should do it. I am like surrounded by mostly white comics, so that would be the thing to do, you know?
Yeah.
I do feel like they're always like looking to me for like advice about like black shit. And I'm like, what the fuck, you know? It's
Not just
cool.
black shit, but any racial question. All the white boys around here, I've noticed they come to you.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, man.
Yeah, you ever get tired of it?
No, it's entertaining. You know what I mean? Plus, like, I kind of love that token spot when, like, G's not around. You know what I mean? Like, G. No, shouts out to G. I love you, man. He's a funny guy. Very funny. But, yeah, it's just something about it. You know, you feel like, you know, I'm worth it. People are asking me questions. It's almost like a similar feeling that you get on stage, but off stage it's kind of just like, oh, they love me. You know what I mean? Yeah, validated. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, so I you know, smooth groove wherever I go, baby. Swag surfing, all that stuff, you know. Do you feel like when you see a black guy, there's things that you want to kind of not address about him, but like if you had questions about the culture or whatever, you know?
I used to when I was younger, but I feel like I kind of, once I realized that was a thing that black dudes have to deal with on a constant basis from white guys, I can be the one white guy who doesn't. I kind of accepted that years ago, I guess. It must be annoying at a certain point.
At some point, yeah. I just don't like the extreme code switch. That's the most annoying part. It's like, no, don't, please, no. It's just like, it's like in real time too. You'll hear somebody like talk to like white guys and then they'll come and they see you like, hey, so, you know, my brother, you know, I used to live in a project. It's like, oh yeah, what's a project, bitch? You know what I mean? Like, they're like, you know, it's like, just be you. You know what I mean? Like, I like it. You know, I like just when people are like authentic. You know what I mean? No matter where you are, you know?
Yeah, that's the best kind of person.
And I feel like that's why I like your stage presence, because it just feels so authentic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing forced or fake or phony about it, you know?
You know, people tell me that I look comfortable up there.
Oh, that's it. Oh, God.
Dude, I am so tense up there.
Really?
Yeah, I have somehow fooled everyone. I hold physical tension in my body while I'm up there. Almost like I'm holding something back, like the whole time.
Yeah.
It feels like I want to start sprinting when I'm on stage, but I can't, because that's not what I'm doing.
Right.
I gotta hold it all back.
Gotta hold it in. Well, you're better than me, because like when I'm like nervous, you can kind of like see it. People who really know me, I like turn into like one guy said I look like the because I do like this animatronic thing where I'm just kind of like this, you know, when I'm nervous and I'm like stiff and I'm like shaking.
You do?
Yeah, I do. And
wait,
one guy
somebody pointed this out to you?
Yeah, a few people actually. And so after the third time, I was like, I gotta chill the fuck out. Somebody said I look like the Chuck E. Cheese. When you go to the Chuck E. Cheese, they're kind of like, I was like, oh, shit.
You know what? Now that you pointed out, I kind of get what they're talking about. Yeah. I didn't take it as like as a bad thing.
But I'll say this: if you see that, I'm not comfortable. If you notice that, then I'm not really in my element. If you see me kind of like pacing around or moving around or looking around, I'm actually more comfortable doing that than I am standing. If you see me like standing in one place and I do this little robotic thing, then it's just like, yeah, he's kind of like out of it. You know what I mean? So
Gotcha.
one of those things you want to work on. That's why it's always good to take feedback. You know what I mean? Like, because we don't know what other people see until we see it. You know what I mean? So hell yeah, man. Fuck yeah.
It's fun to see people's little, like, almost ticks and see them work on them and, like, beat them out of themselves almost.
Because it's the hardest thing to do. Do you feel like that's the hardest thing to do? Like, once you notice a tick, it's like, how do you kind of like carve that out?
Oh, yeah.
How do you iron that? Is that the hardest thing? And how long did it take you to like iron, you know?
I like the sitting in the silence thing. Mm-hmm. It was probably...
That's yours?
I don't know. There was a particular set where I had to sit in the silence because a train was passing by. Hell yeah!
What up? Go park, bitch. Park. No, park that way.
Should I go say hey?
No. Fuck it. That was one of the guys who actually pointed it out. He was like,
yeah?
He was the first guy here like, hey, man, you're on stage, you just do this little shaky thing. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, man?
Ooh.
And I recorded myself and I watched it. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I feel like I'm actually having like a slow orgasm in like real time, like a 5 minute, just like a, you know what I mean? Where it's just like,
That's
just like,
That's funny because it is fairly mild, but you probably think of it as more cartoonish in your own mind now that you've thought about it a lot.
Maybe.
Like sometimes like when I'm bombing and I'm still smiling through a joke.
Yeah.
I'm worried, like, can they tell this is a fake smile?
Yeah.
But probably not.
No.
They probably can't tell it's a fake smile.
You got like the best, the best cover up because you don't show blood. You know what I mean? You don't show fear. You know what I mean? Like even if it's there, like you don't.
Sometimes having a good poker face, it works in your advantage. You can analyze a situation a little longer if you're not immediately reacting to it.
That is true.
And it gives you a couple seconds to think of a better way to approach something. I guess in general, I'm just not a very like knee-jerk reaction sort of guy.
Right, which is good though. Which is good. You felt like the weed helped? The weed and the booze, or no? Not to say you smoke weed.
I don't know if any of those
watching
things help, honestly. Actually, I kind of feel like being all natural is the way to go.
Hell yeah, being high off life, I get that shit.
Yeah.
All right, off topic.
Yeah.
Who's the fattest chick you've ever fucked? Oh, you look that way.
What's her name? I'm gonna have to edit that part out. No, I have not. God, I dated her for a little bit. Yeah, it was a light catfishing. I would say
on her part,
yeah.
or okay.
Yeah, the woman who showed up was several years older.
Oh.
And larger, proportionally larger in those several years. And it wasn't until later that you add them on Facebook and you look back and you're like, holy shit, dude, all your Tinder profile pics are you like 4, 6, 7 years ago. You're showing a much younger version of you.
Have you ever done that? Like,
I try to
semi-catfish where it's kind of just
actually I try to use goofy pictures on when I have done dating profiles. I can't be suave guy not on Tinder. No, not on
with that mustache. Oh man,
I gotta go the goofy route.
Yeah.
I feel like that's my only option. How about you? Do you try to be smooth on the dating app?
That's the craziest thing. I'm with you. So like, even though I gave you shit just now, I completely agree. Like, I go for the goofy route. I feel like that wins me over. Like, I just put like all the goofy shit, and I feel like the more you lean into like who you really are, and you just don't give a fuck, like unapologetically, it's like you win women over like faster. It seems like, you know what I mean? Like, I put on my freaking Hinge profile that I love anything Marvel related. I was like, I'm not gonna get no pussy off this shit. But like, I had like 6 people who were like, hey man, I like. Hey, what's up, bro?
Hey, what's good?
I had like 6 or 7 people who were just like, I like Marvel too. What's your favorite? You know, we should hang out. We should do a Marvel thing. It's like, oh, you know, so it is.
Sorry, I
hard,
haven't
bro.
unlocked it yet.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to pop open if you have.
Yeah, we're kind of recording a little.
I actually have to pop.
You look
it
like you
open
popped open a
because
couple of things, man. You know what I mean? Yeah.
They lost the key recently, so I keep like a plastic knife in the car to
Yeah, you probably
do the
got
little behind the thing.
hell
I
yeah.
can get in a minute. We got 2 minutes left on this pod.
Hell yeah, man. So, any other fat chicks you've?
No, there was just the one. Yeah.
Just the one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You won't be swindled again, huh?
No.
So you wouldn't
no.
date it like voluntarily like date a fat chick?
No, only because I know where you have to be mentally to have a body like that. I'm trying to be careful about how I'm saying this.
There's no way
I've
to be
been
careful.
Fat.
Yeah,
I know
me
where
too.
I was at mentally.
I'm still fat. Hell yeah.
So I don't want to be with someone who was where I was at mentally when I was fat.
Yeah.
So,
Well, what, like, do you feel like that's kind of like an obligation, I guess, to like
Oh, like to
understand?
be fat, you have to be
Yeah,
mentally
yeah,
unhealthy?
yeah.
I don't know if no, I don't think it's 100% like correlation there
Uh-huh.
on the chart. I think it's quite related though.
It's so weird. Like you hear guys saying, like fat guys saying, "Hey, I don't want a fat chick." But it's like if you're fat, because I'm fat, and I don't mind, but I don't want like a morbidly like obese chick. You know what I mean? Like if you
Yeah.
have to, you know, like there's a limit to it. It's like I can.
Panda Express across the street.
Nah.
It's some
Oh yeah, I
sort
like
of
you
noodle
already.
bar or something.
You looking for a Panda Express? Or you?
No. I was just curious. That's something Panda.
Oh.
I think there's a shrimp on that sign. I think it's some sort of
Hell yeah.
yeah. Well, we
Okay.
got 45 seconds. Where you want to be in 5 years, Smooth?
Comedy Mount Rushmore, bitch.
Hell yeah.
And still just smooth grooving too. You know.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, bro. How about you? You say
I want to be sufficient. No, I want to be more than sufficient.
Right.
I want to be a proficient headliner.
I like it.
5
I like it.
years
I
from
like it.
now.
I like it. I like it.
We can do another. Well, I want to pop the bathroom open.
No,
for
it's all
everybody.
you. It's all you. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
fun. Whatever
Thanks
you
for
want to do.
doing this, man.
Hell yeah, bro. Thank you, man.
Fuck
Thank
yeah.
you.